let's take a look inside Nicola's box of magic. Hey guys, it's Nicola Archean here, and because I travel so much, I basically have to have everything with me. Like, if something breaks, I have to fix it. So I have recently put together a box of magic, and I would like to take it apart and show you everything that helps save my shows. Here goes. Because I'm in a hotel right now, I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to have to try and do this kind of a bit like this. And grabbing the phone as I open the box. It's kind of weird because years ago I would have been excited about opening a box of candy, not this, but this really excites me magically. And yes, this little Nicola's box of magic, my beautiful sister Lisa designed for me, so that no one can steal this for me when I'm at theaters. So the lid is open, off we go. Look at all this beautiful stuff. And I know what you're thinking, you see a saw, but you know what guys? This thing I use almost every day. Not on people, but for cutting stuff. Yeah, I've been using this quite a lot, and it's just a hacksaw. It's small enough for me to use. I find it really handy, and in here I also have some extra little tools for the hacksaw. So what's good about a hacksaw, you can chop wood, you can chop plastic, you can chop all sorts of things, and they aren't very expensive. So yes, I do carry a hacksaw. Next is a good pair of scissors, and I have a couple, but I will start with these. My friend Stacey Teague, who is an amazing costume designer and has worked for Cirque du Soleil and Game of Thrones, she recommended that I get a pair of scissors called Fiskars, and my word, it has really changed my life. These scissors are for material. I do use them on other things, but if I need to clean them up, I just clean them up with alcohol wipes, but I do tend to try and keep them nice and sharp for my material cutting. So Fiskars are the best scissors you can get. Next, I suppose we will go with the pliers. It's always good to have a good couple of pairs of pliers, and I have long-ended blunt ones, if you like, for grabbing and holding stuff and twisting wires and threads. These are great. And then I also have a sharp pair so that I can cut things like wire and thread too. So yeah, always good to have a couple of pairs of pliers. Next, this little beauty may need a couple of videos, but it is really a godsend. And yes, it needs a couple of videos because I can't open it one-handed, or maybe I can. Shum! It is a multi-tool, and I will take it out now and show you exactly what it is. So I suppose every good builder, craftsperson, engineer should have one of these. It is a set of pliers. It has loads of knives, screwdriver, loads of different things, and of course it folds up nice and safe. My god, I can't believe I did that safely one-handed. And goes into the nice box. So yeah, a multi-tool, very handy thing to have. Next. So I suppose what's a good idea next is to start with all the different kind of tapes that I have, and I have various different tapes inside this box. I have electrical tape in green, different colors, in white and black. I always keep different colors of electrical tape because you never know what you need covered up. I also have in here, this is industrial double stick tape, invaluable as a performer. And then I also have in here duct tape. This is like performers like must have. I use duct tape nearly every single day. I'm making, building, performing. Yes, duct tape is a must. So duct tape, double stick tape, and some electrical tape. Oh, and I also have some plaster tape, and this is good for covering up like gimmicks as magicians so that they can blend into your skin. Yeah, I use this kind of stuff all the time. So again, loads of various different tapes that you might need. Next. So we went through cutting stuff and sticking stuff, and here's some miscellaneous stuff. There'll be more sticking stuff too. So I have different threads or lines. Here is some fishing wire, and I have some, that stuff is clear fishing wire, and this is black fishing wire, and it's good for tying things with magic. I also have here, what's this? Oh yes, this is like felt. It's kind of not like sticky back felt, but for tying cables and things like that. And I actually find, because this stuff is tighter than normal felt, it's sometimes really good for magic, for building stuff. So yeah, sticky back felt. And what's this? Oh yes, this is elastic. So if I take off this, it is stretchy elastic, always good for magic. And I think on that note, I will go on to something next. And this is just more of that sticky back felt, but in smaller size, so you don't have to cut it. Excellent. Next. Okay, so we're getting into more sticky stuff, I suppose. So this is magnets that I have, extra thin neodymium magnets. You can see them a bit through the plastic there. Neodymium magnets are fantastic magician prop, and I always make sure that I have some in my toolkit. And now for real sticky stuff, I always in my toolkit have some Pritt stick, because you never know with paper gluing. And inside here I have some contact adhesive, and this is super glue. And I kind of always use the super glue. Hang on, do you know what? I'm going to take this out and show you. 1 second. Bloop. So first of all, contact adhesive is really good for giving something an initial stick, like plastic. So what you do with contact adhesive is you stick you glue one surface, you glue another, and you let it dry. And then when the two surfaces are dried, you stick them together and they make contact and they stick. And this stuff is like invaluable. It's so, so good. Yes, and yes, I wanted to take this out and show you. This is super glue. I personally always get super glue that has like a squeezy thing or a paintbrush, because for me, super glue always glues shut the lid. It's really difficult to use it time and time again, and I always find with these ones you get more use out of them because it's easier to apply. So yeah, super glue and contact glue. Next, and I suppose I will move on to stitching and sewing stuff. I sew stuff all the time. So this is some machine oil for a sewing machine, and I also use that for reels, to lubricate reels. And I have quite a fair kit for the stitching, so I carry some beads just in case I need any beads. That requires a more in-depth video to tell you why you would need beads in your kit, but if you want to ask me, ask. So yeah, these are just the colors that I've been using recently, and I keep them kind of in a open tin so I can get in and out easily to them, and I have a couple of bobbins in the same color. These are also some other colors I use. I think in general for stitching you always need black, white and red, and any other of the colors that you use are really preferable to what you are stitching. So I always carry various threads and bobbins. I also carry safety pins. Safety pins are, again, lifesavers. You know, if a costume or a prop breaks, you can always fix things with safety pins. So always good to carry some with you. And in here, I have different needles, and underneath this, if I can get it out while the video is on, I have loads of kind of pins for pinning material together so we can stitch them. And I also have these are invaluable, especially since I'm going blinder and it's harder to thread needles. These help you to thread a needle, which is perfect. Yes, and I will move on to the next because I'll tidy up all of this mess. Okay, and this is like another important thing, like especially if you're working with clothing, I find. So I have a box with buttons, but inside here as well, I don't actually know what these are called. I call them poppers. They're like little buttons that you stitch one side to one piece of clothing and one side to another, so that whenever the buttons click together, the two materials stay together. Maybe someone can tell me what they're called. Anyway, I carry loads of these because these are very, very good for magic props and costumes. But it's always good to have spare buttons and those in your kit. And of course, you see here we have a ruler, very bendy ruler. And I also have pencils, just in case I need to mark anything. And I have a file. Actually, we will move on to sanding stuff next. Recently, I did a project where I needed to file a lot of stuff, and I always think it's actually handy to carry just a normal nail file because it's a good, easy way to file stuff. But if you want to be more specific with filing, I ordered loads of different is it called threads? I'm not too sure. Loads of different degrees of sandpaper, and it came in a little packet like this from Amazon. It wasn't that expensive, but now I have like really harsh to really light sandpaper, so I have all different kind of sizes of sandpaper, and it's really handy to have these just in case anything needs sanded down so that it's smooth, so that it comes in and out easily. And yeah, it's always good to have something to sand stuff with as well. So next, here's another little miscellaneous thing. The pins that I had came in this, but I haven't thrown this out because I actually think I will use this for magic. So not only is this a Nicholas box of magic tools, this is also potentially a magic trick. Who knows? Next, and finally, the piece de resistance. Yeah. Inside here, there's just a load of little goodies. So this is a spare, easy to sew pocket for clothing, just in case I need to make a template for a pocket, because as you know, magicians need loads of pockets. I have some blue tack or wall adhesive. I'm sure it's not called blue tack, but you know what it is, yes. I also have a thing called a soft wipe. These are fantastic because you can use them to clean scissors. They're alcohol wipes, fantastic. Always good to have some of them in your kit. And although I had the lovely adhesive felt over there, I actually have little squares of felt too, just in case I need to do a quick fix on something. So sticky back. It's not called felt, you know what it's called, or go back in the video and you'll find out. I also carry a lighter, burn baby burn. Lighters are great for cutting off the ends of threads really quickly so you don't have to use scissors. I have more plaster tape in smaller width. I have these. Oh, these are so good. Like if you're stitching with a sewing machine, these are really handy just for cutting tiny threads of things. Oh, brilliant. I have some magician's two-way glue. This is kind of like a sticky glue pen. Fantastic. I have another knife. Haha! My god, I have way too many knives and scissors in this kit. I have a tape measure, just in case I need to measure something. I have a thumb thing to try and help prevent me pricking my fingers and thumbs, though that doesn't really help, but I got it anyway. I have another tape measure just because you can never have enough tape measures. And yeah, this is more elastic, just in a thinner size. And oh, this is really, really good. This is so cool. So this here allows you to like if you stitch something, and sorry, I just realized my fingers over there. I apologize for this professional video, but if you stitch something and you've done it wrong and you really need to quickly take the stitches out, this is a plucker that can do that. Invaluable, guys, invaluable. I have a little stick for spreading glue. that, I don't know what that is. I have a black Sharpie, a blue Sharpie, a pen. I also have a pair of these scissors that normally cut plasters, just in case. I think I brought them at the airport, so that's another pair of scissors. Oh my god, how many sharp things do we have in this kit? There is a pin that does not belong there, but it is there anyway, but we'll put it where it needs to go. And I also have just some ribbon. So this kit is absolutely invaluable to me. And there you have it. I hope maybe some of those things might help you, but when I'm traveling around the world, I like to have all of this stuff with me so that worst case scenario, if something breaks, I can fix it.